Population 1 is a unique game. Being the only Battle Royale game on the Oculus store, it definitely fills a niche that no other game actually hits. Today, I'm going to dive into the depths of what Population 1 has to offer. From mechanics to gameplay to customization, we're going to find out what the hype is all about. We're going to actually determine whether or not Population 1 is destined for greatness or destined for failure. So, let's get right into it. One, UI and menu. Begin by booting into the game. You can see the Population 1 menu here, where you first have to set your height. You immediately load into the menu where you can see your main options: training, multiplayer, shop, builder, loadout, challenges, level, and events. You can find the settings menu at the top right, where you can press on locomotion, change your weapon settings, as well as your general settings. 2. Game mechanics. You start out in the training map by flying over to where the weapons are. You can see the reload function of the SMG right here, where I start shooting at these little figures. Lots of the reload function has two little sections to it. You have to put the clip in and then you cock it back. All of them are pretty integrated, very well done. You can test out each of the guns here and do a little shooting range thing. One of the cool functions in this game is the climb function. You remove your guns from both hands and you can physically climb up the side of the walls. Here I flew over to each obstacle and climbed all the way up to the very top. This is almost impossible to complete, and I hate it. 3. Game modes. There's a plethora of different game modes. The first one I loaded into was normal squads, and it's just like any other normal squad battle royale game. You jump off of this main little spot, you pick up a gun, you have two teammates, you gotta get a shield, you gotta get weapons, you gotta get ammo. But, of course, it's all in VR.
What the hell is that? They have Santa Claus. Santa Claus is loud than the motherfucker.
The way that you interact with things is difficult at first. When you have people shooting at you, it kind of like blows you away at first, because it's like, oh, you kind of go into shock. You're like, oh, I'm actually getting shot by someone, and you're not really used to it. Here I loaded into a evolving map game mode. Both are very similar. I think the map is slightly different on this one, but it could have just been that it just updated. The gameplay is insane though, and the people on the evolving map are way more difficult to fight than on the typical squads.
Oh, come on, how?
Then I went into one of the casual game matches, Team Deathmatch, which I thought was super cool. You know, it's similar to Contractors and other games. It's basically just normal Team Deathmatch, and you fight each other in these little arenas. It has a lot of mod game modes and stuff like that. So here's one of the modded arenas where you're in a Call of Duty map, and I thought this was super sick because it's just like when you're playing Contractors or something.
What's up?
The gameplay feels super real, and I enjoy it as much as I enjoy other first-person VR shooters. Now this is a hangout lobby where people just hang out and shoot each other. There's not really much of a goal to it, but it's kind of fun and just hanging out and seeing who you can kill. Obviously the game's made for the Battle Royale game mode, but there's still a plethora of other things that are kind of entertaining and fun to work with. I definitely found a couple hours of fun while around and shooting people, and yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time. 4. Customization. Here you can see all the different people that you can play as. You can also customize each of your weapons, getting a different skin for each weapon, kind of making it more unique while you play. You can change your calling card, as well as your title. You can also change a spray paint function to make your own unique spray. You can also create your own game modes in this section, something I'd never played with before that I thought was really cool to dick around with. 5. Conclusion. At the end of the day, Population 1 is an absolute banger free-to-play VR game that I recommend anybody with a headset picks up.
It has the immersion of paid VR shooters while maintaining that free price tag. It also has some of the most dynamic shooting available for the Quest 3. I can still confidently say that it holds up as one of my most played Quest 3 games on my headset, and I have absolutely no doubt that it's going to remain a legacy on the community for a long time. So that about wraps this one up. Thank you guys so much for following along. I loved playing this game and I loved showing it off to you guys. Add me online if you'd like to play with me. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you guys so much for supporting, and I'll check you guys out next time. Thanks and have a good one.